everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a to be read, a TBR for the summer. So I'm already way past my Goodreads goal. I think it's at 35, 34, something like that, and I said I wanted to read 55 books. So I'm almost there. And if I read all these books for the summer that I'm gonna show you and talk about soon, and even read more of them, which could be possible because it's the summer and you have to have a good time during the summer, I'll probably hit my Goodreads goal by like the beginning of the fall or maybe the end of the summer. So, we'll see, but I'm really close. So I'm trying to get some books that have been waiting a little too long on my to be read shelf. Yes, I have one of those. And just, get that done with. They're relatively short, just because I've been reading short-ish books, like 350 pages or less lately. That's probably why I've gotten to so much, and it's already June. Plus, I have to read before going to bed, so that's also really helpful. But so the first two I'm already reading, but I need to finish, basically. So we're gonna start out with that. So The Serpent's Shadow, The Kane Chronicles. This is the third book. I read the first and second book in 1 month, which was last month. Yes. And I want to finish this up because I want to do a book review on these three books. Oh, and plus, so I got a box set, and so I have the 3 books, and then there's like this like really thin, I think it's like this big, like kind of down to here, graphic novel, and I'm like, okay, I'll read that too. It's a pocket graphic novel. I didn't know that was a thing, but it is. So I'm gonna read all 4 of them and then do a review on, because I have some thoughts. But I'm excited for this book because it's the last book, and I really want to know how it turns out, because I think I know how it's gonna go, but I'm kind of on the fence, and that's good for me because as a writer I can usually figure out the plot, but like this could go a few ways, basically. And I like when you could go with a story a few ways, because then you're guessing, versus I already know everything, but I'm just gonna read it for, however you want to read it. I like the mystery. Okay, the second up that I need to finish is Amazon Decoded nonfiction book by David Grogan, because basically I am only waiting for my copyrights to come in for my last 3 poetry chapbooks. And it's just gonna be on Amazon, so of course, Amazon Decoded, hello. I'm not going wide yet. I'll probably go wide in like 2022, 2023, something like that. But for now, focusing on Amazon, focusing on marketing on Amazon, getting my books, doing well on Amazon. So, and I've also read a bunch of his other books, and I've done his free course for indie writers, and I love David. He's awesome, and he has a great sense of humor, and all of his stuff makes sense. But for the last, when did I get this? I guess I got it 3 months ago or something. But the last 2 months, I've been a little stressed, just a little. And I didn't want to read a nonfiction book. I wanted to read fiction books so I could escape. But we need to jump on this, because right when the copyrights are going to come in, that's when I'm releasing Paradise Found, like a few days after. Because it's been too long. They said the copyright was like, it was the average of 1.3 months, which is really random. The 0.3 months is weird. But it's past that. Like June 11th will be 2 months, and I'm just like, anytime now, because I've been waiting. First, it was the problem with the website. It was not working. I finally fixed that, but now I'm waiting for the copyright as well, and I'm just like, I just need to feel productive, and I feel like reading this book and soaking in everything will make me feel somewhat productive as I wait patiently. Next up is Coraline by Neil Gaiman. I've watched the movie at least 10 times, and this was on sale in the beginning of the year, January. Yeah. For like $2.99. I was like, yes, I need to get it because it's $2.99 and it's usually, I don't know, $6.99 or something. We love a deal. Yes, we do. We love a book deal. I know what happens. Maybe some, like, because there's always something that's like a little different in the movies or TV shows than it is in the book, so I'll be surprised, but I basically know what happens, but I am excited to read it anyway. Next up is Agatha Christie's Death on the Nile. There's like a slight, just a slight Egyptian feel for the summer. You're gonna see why coming up next, because there's a third book on my list that's Egyptian themed as well. Whoopsie. This I got in like December, but I've been reading Franny Fisher's books, but I have to hold back on buying more of Franny Fisher's murder mysteries because, you know, I'm poor. And I need to read, you know, another Agatha Christie. It's on my shelf. I don't need to buy more Franny Fisher. I mean, I want to, but I need to hold off a little bit. So this is going to be my mystery crime-ish, you know, book for the summer. Another book up next, Wild Embers. This is a poetry chat book. I really love the cover. It's simple, but it's colorful. I've really been reading a lot of chat books and also just poems in general because I'm releasing all 4 total chat books this year. Probably going to do rapid release or maybe like every 2 months. So I need to learn, you know, the market, I guess, of poetry. It's extremely difficult. Let's just say extremely difficult. But like my thought was, and I think for a lot of poets, is the poems are either going to sit on your computer or, you know, on a piece of paper in your desk and no one's ever going to see them and no one is ever going to enjoy them, or you publish chat books, or, you know, you put out like a few poems in magazines, but, you know, so you really have 2 options. And I went with the chat books, self-publishing chat books. I forget if she was also, if Nikita was someone that self-published and then she got picked up, because I know quite a few poets that are really big, basically self-published. They got so many hits that then a publisher picked them up. It's usually the case with poets that you see now, like traditionally published, because poetry chat books, it's a niche. It really is, and it's hard to get into. But I'm on the mindset of I'd rather have a few hundred people or maybe a few thousand people read my poems versus just having it sit on my computer for the rest of my life, or, you know, them get lost or whatever. And I think that's a lot of poets nowadays. Put them in a chat book, release it, have a, you know, at least do something with them. This is random, but The Little Prince, I keep seeing it everywhere, and this was on sale for like $1.99, and I never read it as a kid, so we're going to, you know, go and jump in on this book. I hear it's great, but let's see how it goes. Probably gonna take like 30 minutes, but those 30 minutes, if it's a good book, it's gonna be worth it. Okay, up next, another thing, Egyptian. Well, this is like Macedonian Greek, because Cleopatra, was Macedonian Greek, maybe Egyptian, because we don't know her, who her mom was. So her mother could have been Egyptian, but, you know, we get the point right here. So this is nonfiction by Stacy Schiff. I read the Salem Witch Trials of her. And oh my god, that book was intense. I gave it 3 stars because it was so heavy. But I think what you have to, remember about Stacy's writing is you have to, like, if you really want to enjoy it, you have to be obsessed, kind of, like, really obsessed, fascinated, wanting to know every detail of something. That wasn't me for the Salem witch trials. I learned a lot, but really into it. Like, I want to know what Cleopatra eats, okay? Because she's just so fascinating. Because I like to read one nonfiction book and then, how many fiction books. So I'm going to finish Amazon Decoded and then probably jump into this. Oh, this big book. Yeah. So, I saw, where did I see this? I think, like a while ago. It was recommended to me on Amazon, and I was like, oh, that's really cool cover, but I need to hold off on buying books. So I held off. And then I saw, when I had Twitter, I saw this all over Twitter, and then I bought it, and then I learned that Evan now has a book deal with a publisher, because this book, and I think the second book did so well that, people noticed. So I'm excited to dive into a high fantasy book, and it's, this is high fantasy normal, and actually, it feels a little light for high fantasy, but we're gonna jump into it. Okay, next up is Winterwood, and this has been on my list since it came out, but then I just got it a few months ago, and I need to read it. The cover is gorgeous yet simple, and I like stories where there, like, a forest is involved, or woods, whatever you want to, where a forest is like the main theme, and it's creepy, and like there's a mystery involved with the forest. Yes, I'm into it. Lastly, we're going to do Smash It by Francina Simone. When did I pick this up? Oh, it was December or January. It was one of those two. And I need to, obviously, I need to start reading the books that I got in December and January, because it's now June. So I need to get it together. And that's why I'm reading. I mean, most of these were from that, pile, December and January. So I'll be reading this, and I'm going to make up my mind for myself about what the controversy was. I don't even 100% remember. It was jokes. It was some jokes. Well, see, now, when I saw it, when I had Twitter, I think it was during the arc or something like that. It was like the joke was there, and then, so let me say, the joke was right here, and then everything else was blocked, so you just saw 2 lines, and I'm like, I would like to see the whole page. Actually, I would like to read the whole book, because when you do that, you lose the context, and context does matter. Thank you so much for watching my TBR for this summer. Please comment, like, subscribe, and have a great reading day. Bye!